So now we're going to talk about a piece of news that Tristan could not care less about. I could try to get him to care less, but
Well,
he's
thanks
just
for
not.
outing me.
Well, we discussed this on the first episode of Keikaku Corner. That's where the story
Okay,
came up. Actually, that's
right.
how long it's been. Now, if some of you are wondering, what are we talking about here? Apparently, the second season of Glitter Force Doki Doki is debuting on Netflix. Now, why do I care about this? I actually don't. I care about it more than Tristan only because it's interesting to see that in 20. Well, this came out in 2017, but now we're in 2018 doing this show.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see that still in 2017, 2018, we're getting anime dubbed like this that is not on a major network.
Right.
That's, I think, what. This is going to be a very short clip, a very short story, but it's just, it's so interesting to me that, like, because I understand Yokai Watch
Mm.
gets, even though Yokai Watch is still a kid's show in Japan as well, but Yokai Watch gets a little bit edited on Disney XD. Pokemon, still a kid's show, but of course there's some darker episodes, and it gets a little, scrubbed a little bit for Disney XD. We're talking about Ultra Sun and Moon. Um, what else? Doraemon, still a kid show, but gets edited here and there. Yen gets turned into money, U.S. dollars, stuff like that. So yeah, I get it, right? I get it. But this is Netflix. I mean, it's so funny, even though, of course, this is still a kid show in Japan as well. But it's so funny because when you think Netflix, you're like, oh yeah, Stranger Things, because that didn't make it on TV because nobody wanted it. But Netflix got it, now everyone loves Stranger Things. Or, oh yeah, those Marvel shows like Daredevil and Punisher and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Iron Fist. I know, I sigh. But still, yeah, I know, right? But still, all those shows are on Netflix. Some, Netflix exclusives, stuff like that. So when you hear like, oh, anime on Netflix too, that has Death Note and a bunch of other, cool shows as well. We're talking about the anime, not the live action movie that we complained about on a Friday night movies episode, which will be on this channel as well if you're watching this on YouTube. But if you're listening to it on Blog Talk Radio, it's already there. So you can actually go back and listen to that through the archives. Anyway, what's my point here? My point, Tristan Walter, is that it's just so strange that in 2017, 2018, we got this on Netflix. But again, we have to remember it's Saban doing it. The same company that did. I know it's based off of his last name, but it's a company. The same company that did Power Rangers off of Super Sentai, Digimon after the Japanese Digimon, the original backers for the Ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z when we got like the would you like to fetch me a warm glass of milk? Can you that whole thing? You remember Frieza said, fetch me a warm glass of milk?
No.
Oh, I'm going to send you that clip after the show's over. I'm going to send him that clip. You guys might remember. You're going to be looking that up on YouTube. But anyway, so yes. So the point is that this is the 15 episode second season of Glitter Force Doki Doki. That's what it's known as in the U.S. Then in Japan, it's known as Doki Doki Precure. So it's kind of funny how they still kept the Doki Doki part for some reason. I love, by the way, when anime localizers, like, because I'm okay with localization, but sometimes obviously we all can admit it goes a bit too far where it's just rewriting. It's not just like the common stuff that needs to
Would
be
you like a
changed.
jelly donut?
Yeah, shit like that, right? But isn't it so funny though when like I understand Pokemon had it's pocket monsters and it has to be kept. That stuff makes
Right.
sense. But
Yeah.
there's just certain shows and I can't think of them off the top of my head. Maybe you can, where it's just like, oh, we have to change Precure to like Glitter Force, but
Right.
Doki Doki is staying. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
can you think of any shows that have done that? Because I know ones that have. I just can't off the top of my head think like when they keep like Yokai Watch, just right there,
Yeah.
right there.
Right. Which, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, yokai. Like I'm pretty. Yokai is monster, isn't it?
Well, yes, but it's more of a
Roughly.
general. Yeah, it's roughly because the problem with yokai is that like you
Oh,
wouldn't
right.
call
It
you
goes
could.
into spirits too,
Yes,
doesn't
a
it?
ghost
Right.
can be depending on the type of ghost. It can be considered a yokai, like an
Right.
onryu or onryo, which technically an onryo. If you're like, what is that? Technically from The Grudge
Right.
or arguably The Ring. that we also discussed on Friday Night Movies as well. Technically, that's an onryo, like a grudge type spirit that, focuses on the grudge of their death, yada, yada, yada. That's technically could be considered a yokai as well. Right. Arguably. I'm sure there's going to be some people on the internet furiously clacking.
I feel like in an English release, they could easily change that to Monster Watch, and it wouldn't really...
Here's why, though. Remember, his main monster, if you will, then, is a ghost.
Yeah. Right.
That's weird.
And Ghost Watch would not work for a English children's audience.
Not just that, but also because he meets Kappa and a bunch of other types of yokai.
True. Yeah.
So I understood why they kept it, but just something like that where you're like, "Arr?" But at least that's the name of the show in Japan, where it's not a half translation, a name I can't remember. They're out there though, guys. If you know them, talk about them in the comments below.
A name I can't remember. That sounds like a very interesting series, Matt. Could you enlighten me a little bit more on that?
Yeah, it's the sequel to Your Name, asshole. Anyway, it's just that's what it is, okay? Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, right. We're gonna get the fisticuffs on this show.
Yeah.
You're talking to Patchy now?
I'm talking to myself.
Oh, you want to get Patchy's opinion on Doki Doki Glitter Force? So yeah, obviously the characters were also renamed, which again, so strange. Where it's like right. Mana became Maya, Rika became Rachel. I want to break his spirit because he remembers his childhood. Where is it? Alice became Clara because what the fuck? Makato became Mackenzie, which Makato Mackenzie. Actually, let's be real here.
Okay,
that's not bad. Actually, and to be fair, even Rika Rachel, it's okay, at least you tried to keep but it's still so strange. Yeah. Anyway, and I think what's also super strange, and by the way, this happens with Power Rangers as well on Nickelodeon, so I don't know why companies are doing this. They buy the rights to these shows only in 16 to 20 episode formats. So in other words, Precure, just like Super Sentai, just like Power Rangers used to run, it runs on a yearly basis. Which means that Precure, just like Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, go a full 49 episodes. Not always, but they can, right?
Right.
So this version of Precure, Doki Doki, actually ran in Japan for 49 episodes. But for some reason, Saban, or maybe Netflix, ordered it as 2 15-episode seasons.
Right.
I don't know why. Do they expect people not to want to marathon through 49, perhaps? I don't know. I like it. I like feeling oh, wow, there's a lot of this content. Because it's only 20 minutes or so.
Right, yeah.
And also, I believe Saban even got rid of a few episodes as well, or at least switched their orders around. So, I don't know if this season 2 is going to be the end of it all. I would feel really weird if they're going to release the 3rd season. Something that I find interesting though that I want to read at the end of this article, apparently it says the trademark for Glitter Force has since moved from Saban Brands to Toei Animation, but Saban Brands is still credited with production of Glitter Force Doki Doki. So what that might mean is that what I said earlier was potentially true in the first episode, where there was a chance that Saban maybe wanted Digimon from Toei. Although apparently Saban didn't get the new Digimon. So maybe because of how old Doki Doki Precure is, maybe this is when he wanted Digimon Z-Cross. That's what it was called, right? Or Digimon Cross Wars. Right, that one. Maybe when he wanted Cross Wars, I'm going to actually look, Google when Cross Wars came out, because maybe when he wanted Cross Wars, Toei was like, hey, guess the fuck what? What is it, Toei-senpai?
What's
You're about to take some of this Precure. Otherwise, you're not getting Cross Wars. And basically, Saban was like, or, I'm sorry, in the US it was Digimon Fusion. It's funny, I was going to call it Digimon Fusion. I was like, but that's not right. It actually was. Let me see. I want to see when... No. Cross Wars came out in 2010. So, no.
Right.
Although, actually, wait a minute, though. It came out in 2010. The dub sure as hell didn't. When did the dub come out? Oh, I'm going to see when the dub came out, Tristan. If the dub came out anywhere near 2013, I was right. The series began airing on Nickelodeon on September 7th, 2013. I was right. So...
And you know how much Matt likes to be right.
First off, yes. Anyway, the point is... No, but seriously, I have a strange feeling that Saban said that to them. Like, hey, maybe Saban waited. I don't know if it took that long to dub it. So, I don't know. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was a different show that he wanted. I don't know. But I have a strange feeling that Toei was like, hey, you should take some of this Precure. And Saban was like, it's not like he's against marketing things, to either, like little girls or... not like little boys can't watch this, but you know how the US is with their demographics and, oh no, but the demos, it says 18 to 35 and all that. I consider the demo stuff bullshit. Now, I know there's some people out there that are going to call me out on that, but let's be real here. Tristan, you and I, when we were 18, what did we have in common with 35-year-olds? That's what I'm trying. No, but that's what the
trick question.
No, because that's what the demo. Some of the demos are. It's like, we're trying to hit that male 18 to 35 demographic.
Right.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
18 to 35? It doesn't. What?
Well, yeah.
And I know someone's going to say I'm simplifying it too much. I just don't get it. I'm a plebeian. I get it. I understand where you're coming from. I'm just saying that, the American demo and stuff like that, it's whatever. But, so arguably, Saban probably thought, or someone at Saban Entertainment or brands probably thought, hey, we could market this to girls. Maybe TV was like, no. Because as you can tell, the girls are in Sailor Moon type outfits. So they're kind of skimpy-ish. So maybe television stations were like, no, we're not taking this. But Netflix was like, oh no, we'll take it because you're making this very family-friendly. And it's already a kid's show in Japan anyway. And we don't really care if their skirts are that low. Because that's always the biggest issue with trying to get Precure on US TV. Is that the skirts are really low and they're actually younger than Sailor Moon's cast.
Yikes.
Yeah. So it's a little awkward, I think, for US TV to be like, oh no, but it's like, no, it's not actually making them perverse. They're in dresses. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they're just in dresses. But anyway, so for me, when I look at this and I see that the trademark for Glitter Force went back to Toei Animation, I wonder if Saban was kind of like looking at Toei like, the dark deed you requested is done. And they're okay. They're happy. I'm sure they made their money back. I hope they made their money back through Netflix, right? But I think they're kind of okay with letting the license lapse. Because funnily enough, maybe the license has lapsed over the fact that, it's 2017 when this is coming out. And they could have licensed this 4 years ago.
True.
So it could be that time where it's like, oh, do you guys want to renew the license? And they're like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
We're fine. I mean, think about it. This doesn't even, as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong. I'm actually going to Google this right now as we wrap this story up. I don't even know if, I'm going to look on Amazon. I complain about them, but I'll still look on Amazon. I wonder if this Glitter Force is even on DVD in the US.
Right.
Because if it's not, I truly believe that Saban has not put their full force behind this show. Let me look for Glitter Force. Well, Glitter Force Doki Doki is showing up, so I have a strange feeling it's actually out. Oh, wow. The figures are out, and damn, they're a lot of money. Jeebus.
Okay.
But let's see. Glitter Force Doki Doki. It shows up as something I could search for. but I don't see any DVDs. There's a Japanese Wii game. All right. Yeah, I don't see any DVDs. I see a bunch of figures and plushies, and there's a 3DS game apparently, Japanese, of course. So yeah, looking at all this, I have the strangest feeling that Saban had zero issue with this leaving.
Right.
That is so interesting. Because you would think, right? Like, why would they not want to put it on DVD if they cared?
Mm.
And I'm not trying to say that there isn't one person at Saban Brand / Entertainment who cares. Right. But I have a feeling they kind of sat back and said, well, we have to do something with this. Let's do something. And someone as in like a Netflix or a television station, someone will pay for it.
Yeah.
Because why would they not have a DVD release of this?
Right.
I mean, maybe the thought is, oh no, but, well, I mean, for all we know, and again, this is complete speculation, Toei didn't like the butchered dub. And at any point, you guys might not know this out there, at any point, a company that licenses an anime out to another company, at any point they can cut off the legs of that license. They don't, because they're usually not putting themselves out in the U.S. market, and they think it would cut into their own profits. But at any point, they could go, hey, we want to cut this, and then the company has 6 months to sell off their stock.
Yeah.
That actually happened with Funimation and Full Metal Alchemist. When Aniplex of America, or I think it was Aniplex USA, I forgot what their name is, when they wanted to release FMA in the U.S. So that's why some of the Funimation stuff for FMA is out of print. Because Funimation had to sell that off. So anyway, my point is that I believe that maybe Toei was upset and they kind of cut it off. Maybe Saban felt like they were forced to do this, and that's why there's no DVDs. Maybe you would... Because the thing is, it's not like there aren't other Netflix shows, even Netflix produced, that don't have DVDs. You can buy Daredevil on DVD right now, Season 1.
Right.
You can buy Stranger Things on DVD right now. So, it's not like Netflix says you can't release this on DVD if it's with us. Even if it's a quote-unquote Netflix exclusive. It's very strange that there's no DVD for Glitter Force. I'm not saying I'd buy it. I'm not interested in butchered dubs. And I'm also not that interested in Precure overall. But very strange. I'll say that much. Right? You know, see what I mean, Tristan? That's weird.
Yeah.
So, it's just breaking news, right? Story just it's a layer of a mystery wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in I don't care.
Okay.